Welcome everyone to our essential oils skincare class. This is part of our wellness education series. And I just want to say how happy I am to have this opportunity to teach you guys tonight. We were just adding it, finding in the chat, talking in the chat, and sharing the things. Sharing what we love about our skin and what are some of the things that you might want to learn about today. So as we get going, Cedar, if you see anything pop up that's a question, will you bring it to my attention? And I'll just get going on our topic for the night. So essential skincare, essential oils and skincare. We're going to just actually jump in and talk about some of the most common issues that people deal with, right? And some of the possible remedies or solutions. So the first one we're going to talk about is redness. So redness actually comes from a variety of things, but most are rooted in inflammation. So here are some of the solutions that could help with redness. Yaropalm is the first one I want to talk about, and this is a skin healing accelerator. So anybody used Yaropalm before? And while we're going tonight, if you have a comment or something you want to, or if I ask a question you want to answer, feel free to answer in the chat, but you can also unmute yourself. We're pretty casual. We want to feel like we're having a conversation. So feel free to unmute and say something. Because I'm looking at the presenter mode, I can't see everybody, so I'd love to just have you unmute or type in the chat so I can see there. But anyway, if anybody used Yaropalm before? Anybody have any experience? Oh, good. I'm so excited to tell you about this. Yaropalm is so awesome. So, yeah, like I said, it is a skin healing accelerator. It's really hydrating. It's a really hydrating, lush serum. One of the ways you can use it, obviously, is it helps with redness, because that's the category we're talking about right now. But another way you can use it is actually as a makeup primer. So not only can it help with reducing redness, but you will also help if you put it on before you put your makeup on, it'll help your makeup last longer. It helps your skin to just glow, and it also will help with dryness. It tones your skin. It's super healing. It's great for eczema. Lots of people think Yaropalm is actually kind of expensive, but you have to remember that Yaropalm is actually one of the only oils that comes in a 30 milliliter bottle. So our regular bottles are only 15 milliliters. So it's double the amount of oil, which makes it about the same price as like ginger or vetiver. So it actually is not an expensive oil. You're just getting a lot of it at a time. So it's a really great option if this is one of your health concerns. But another one that is my favorite one to recommend for redness or rosacea is Correct-X. So Correct-X is that little tube you see on the screen. It's what we use to replace Neosporin type of, is the most typical way people use Correct-X. But it is great for rosacea. In fact, we have a customer who had a flare-up with rosacea and was prescribed a medication that costed over $100. And she was like, I didn't have the money to pay for to help take care of it because it was really painful. Really, it was causing her a lot of discomfort. And she was really searching for an answer, but didn't want to, or didn't have the means to pay for it. And so she decided to try the Correct-X instead. And she called the consultant that was working with her, so excited, and was like, oh my gosh, I've got to tell you this. You've got to tell the company. She had, instead of using the medication she was prescribed, she used Correct-X and put it on her face. And after just a couple of days, she saw it clearing up. And within a week, it was completely gone. And she was just super excited. One of the reasons people use it, we use it for to replace a Neosporin is Neosporin, I don't know if you know, but like over 30% of the population is allergic to the neomycin in Neosporin. And it's also petroleum based, which prevents wounds from healing properly by restricting the oxygen and cell migration that it prevents that from taking place. So it's actually not a great tool to use, but Correct-X with all of the big essential oils that are the heavy hitters that it has in it is incredibly healing. I love that we can use it for so many skin healing issues. The other two you might want to use for this are going to be frankincense and helichrysum. Both are really great for inflammation, and they're amazing for healing skin. You'll find frankincense in the Correct-X. It's one of the oils in the Correct-X, along with a number of other oils that we'll mention tonight. And another use for frankincense is going to be scarring. So scars, they are something that usually fade over time. However, most people really love the idea of minimizing the color or the size or helping to the healing process so that you don't have scars for a long period of time. You want to accelerate that, right? Speed that up. Frankincense, because it's a restorative oil, is going to help with this. You can combine it with myrrh. So that's not one that it has pictured, but I love that you can combine it with myrrh. It's another great one for oils or for skin. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Or you can use the helichrysum to reduce the appearance of scars and stretch marks. The touch version that's shown here is a really great option because it's a pre-diluted roller bottle that makes frankincense feel a little more affordable and accessible, but it's also a really great way to apply it. And you can get a touch version of frankincense, myrrh, or helichrysum, and it's a great way to use it for skin issues. And you can just, it's nice because you can cover a large area. So say you had stretch marks from having a baby or something like that. You know, it's not just like dotting one little thing with one little spot. It's usually covering a bigger area. So that roller bottle is a really great application tool. Other oils, well, you could also, I actually would recommend using frankincense as a preventative tool for scarring. So like when you're actually healing from a wound or from surgery or something like that, you can use frankincense right on that area, and it'll invigorate the skin, reduce the inflammation, and help to regenerate the tissue and reduce scarring. So you're not going back and like trying to correct the scarring. You're actually preventing it before it ever happens. Isn't that cool? Yes, Sarah, I know it's so awesome to know that about scars now. I'm sorry you didn't have the information a few months ago. That's frustrating. But other oils you could use, of course, yarrow pom, like we just talked, it helps with so many skin issues. But also neroli. So this might not be an oil that's on your radar, but this neroli touch, it is a regenerative oil. And it comes pre-diluted, and so it will help with and will help with damaged, dry, wrinkled, sagging, and scarred skin. It helps with acne and related dark spots and eczema and rashes. So this one is a heavy hitter when it comes to all those kind of skin issues. So not only with scars, all those other things would be great. Another really good one is geranium. And it is also an oil that regenerates tissue and tones your skin. So that's one of the reasons why it helps with scars, is because it has those regenerative properties like the neroli and frankincense and the yarrow pom, obviously. So great options for scarring. The next issue that often people talk about when we think about skin issues, how could we talk about skin issues without talking about breakouts? Breakouts are often associated with food sensitivities, hormones, or bacteria. Those are often the causes. So those are the things that we're going to address, right? These three recommendations are going to primarily focus on the hormone bacteria type of causes. Food sensitivities, we're going to talk a little bit later with things that will help with that. But these are going to be primarily for the others. So HD Clear, this blend, it's a cleansing blend. It's cleansing and calming to the skin, and it reduces the two components that encourage acne. So it will help with reducing bacteria on the skin as well as reduce inflammation. So tea tree and rose because of their antibacterial properties, they can be really effective also with helping to heal and clear up blemished skin or skin with breakouts. Tea tree, it can be put directly on the area of concern. So if you have a tea tree bottle, you can just put some on your finger and dab it right on a pimple or a breakout or something like that. I actually love how, you know, sometimes you get those underneath those, like they feel like internal zits. Putting tea tree on them, they'll just shrink right up and never actually come to the surface, and they go away so much quicker. I love that you can put it directly on and it'll support the healing of any bacteria-based infection that's causing the acne. You can just dab it on, it shrinks it really fast, like I said, but also it works topically on cuts and wounds and cankers and cold sores, hives, and rashes are all other issues that a lot of people have with the skin. So in addition to breakouts, tea tree is one you're going to want to have in your back pocket or in your cupboard when those things occur also. Rose is actually going to help with both the bacterial infection side, but it also helps to heal scars and wounds that are related to breakouts. And it is, this is one that is great for the hormone side of breakouts also. It also helps with wrinkles, facial capillaries, and redness. So in addition to helping, and I love how, well, in addition to helping with the blemishes, I love how it helps with those other things. And we're showing here the Rose Touch, because if any of you know, rose oil is incredibly expensive. Now that one is really expensive, and I don't even own it. It's the only oil I don't own. But I love that doTERRA offers it in the Touch, which makes it very accessible. Everybody can afford the Rose Touch, and that's the way I use Rose, because it's just so affordable that way. Thank goodness. So thank you, doTERRA, for doing that, because it's such an amazing oil. So the next one is going to be brown spots. So brown spots can be caused by sun exposure, by aging, and other hormonal pigmentation. This is one I am working on, and I'm so excited to have these tools. Again, frankincense is on this slide also. But then we have an oil called black spruce. Black spruce is great for age spots, but it also is what you would use to combat hormone and stress-related skin outbreaks. So this kind of bleeds back to the previous slide. Black spruce is one you can have. So if you are someone who's dealing with hormone, like if you at certain times of the month, if that's when you break out, this would be a great one to use to treat that. Sandalwood is another one, and this is what you'd use for skin spots due to UV damage. So if there's sunspots like this one on my neck right here, I was so excited to learn this. I didn't realize that sandalwood was something to put on there, and so I am totally going to try that. I have this part of my neck right here that the sun always hits just right underneath my collar. And as I'm aging, I'm starting to get a dark spot there. So I am totally going to try this out, and I'm so excited to have that. But it also will soothe and promote regeneration and toning of the skin also. Sandalwood's a great one to have in your back pocket for skin issues. Lavender is calming. It calms reactions. It supports healing and maintains healthy tissue. What you can use you can use this for not only brown spots, but you can also use it for sunburns, for burn scars, for stretch marks, for rashes, for bites, for stings, for cuts, wounds, blisters, diabetic sores, bruises, all kinds of things that happen on our skin. I love that lavender. It's a natural analgesic, did I say that right? Where it like helps with the pain as well as with the healing. And I don't know if any of you know this, hopefully many of you do, but the lavender is the only oil that we have that's so far gotten the pharmaceutical grade classification, which means when you use lavender, you are going to see this predictable results every single time. And so it's such an amazing, reliable oil with so many healing properties. So I love that. I know, Cedar, right? So Cedar said she never would have thought to use black spruce or sandalwood for skin. So good to know. Yes, I know, totally, right? Next is going to be for aging. So this might not be for everybody, but I don't know about you, but I'm staring it in the face, right? So aging is evident by fine lines, wrinkles, loose skin. The goal is to age more gracefully using natural products to support the process. Instead, it's not going to make you look like a 20-year-old as a 50-year-old, but it's going to help you look youthful and healthy and have a glow and, like I said, age more gracefully. And here in this picture, you can see, do you see a pattern? When in doubt, use frankincense for skin issues, right? It's on every slide. So if you have something going on the skin, frankincense is your oil. But a couple other that you can use is Immortelle. So Immortelle is a roller bottle that has all the big heavy hitters in it. It's got, here, I'm actually going to look it up to tell you. It has, if one of the other, Cedar or Trisha or anybody that's on, or Sarah, if you want to jump in, you can tell. Oh, I found it. It's got frankincense, it's got sandalwood, it's got lavender, it's got myrrh, it's got helichrysum, it's got rose. It is like a heavy hitter blend. So you can all of those oils that are amazing for skin are all in the Immortelle blend. Awesome, right? It's the big guns. Yeah, exactly, Cedar. And so this Immortelle, it's great for age spots. So you can use that for like the brown spots that we were talking about, also, but that are due to aging. It's great, restores. It's a restorative because all of those, like we said, all of those oils that it includes, it tones the skin. It promotes anti-aging, right? So it helps with prevention. But also it helps to heal sunburned and damaged skin cancers. Well, we're not supposed to say the big C word, but it helps with it helps support the body in fighting those types of things, right? It helps with wounds, cuts, scars, stretch marks, facial redness, capillaries, blemishes, acne, blotchy skin, all kinds of things. And what the cool benefit is, for instance, when people put it around, a lot of people put it around your eyes for wrinkles, right? And it's really great. You want to be careful to not get it in your eye. But one of the great side benefits that we always hear people is improvement in their eyesight. We've had numerous people tell us about their prescriptions going down, like having to have their prescriptions lessened because it actually improves their eyesight as they're using it for anti-aging. Bonus, right? So another one here is the neroli, again, because of its regenerative properties. And then myrrh. So myrrh helps to soothe skin and promotes regeneration and toning. It makes your skin tighter and more youthful looking. So one of our friends that works with this, Amy, she had several years ago, back when I guess her son's like 17 or 18 now almost, back when she was pregnant with him, she had a breakout of a rosacea infection or rash around her nose, and it was super painful and nothing she could do to get rid of it. And she went to several doctors, and they kept referring her to different medications or different remedies, and nothing worked. Finally, they referred her to a dermatologist, and the dermatologist prescribed her a medication that she couldn't take while she was pregnant. They're like, well, this is what's going to help it, but you can't take it while you're pregnant. So she had to just suffer for the rest of the time that she was pregnant. And then she finally took the medication after she had her baby, and it went away. Well, only about a year or so ago, she had another incident where that same experience came back, and she knew right away what it was because she'd experienced it before. And she looked it up in the book and saw that myrrh was a possible solution. So with just in a few days, she put on twice a day around on the rosacea infection or rash or whatever it was. And she put it on twice a day, And it started to clear up within just a couple of days. And then within a week, it was completely healed and gone. And this was something that she had suffered with before, and it lasted months and months and months, and had gone through multiple doctors and spent all that time and money going through all these multiple doctors, and still didn't find a solution. And then finally, the only solution was a medication that was dangerous, so dangerous that she couldn't even take it while she was pregnant. This time, she had just a few drops a couple times a day, and in less than a week had taken care of it without having any of that extra expense. It's so awesome, huh? I love that we have these tools at our fingertips, and only a few drops a day, which is literally pennies, right, to use to address some of these issues. Anybody have any questions about what we've talked about so far, or any comments or stories of things that you've used for these types of things that you wanted to share? Anyone? You're welcome to just unmute if you want to comment and share anything, or if you have any questions. Okay.
I was just.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to ask, how frequently do you just apply the things to, like brown spots or, skincare? Is it once a day, or do you morning and night? Like, how frequently do you use things?
That is such a good question. Thank you. So when you have a chronic issue or something that you're dealing with on a long-term basis, maybe morning and night, using it just as a regular, like in a routine, would be great. And you would just use, usually with skin issues, you do things directly on the area of concern, right? But if you have something acute, like maybe you have a breakout, or maybe you have a flare-up of something that is not something typical, like a rash or something like that, then you maybe would work on it 2 or more, like 3 or 4 times in a day. So you would be more aggressive about taking care of it, because you're going to do it for a short period of time, right? Does that answer your question?
Yes, that does. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, healing, protecting, and revitalizing our skin starts with addressing it from the inside out. So our skin is reflecting 80% of what's going on inside, and only 20% of what's on the surface. People don't realize how much your skin is related to your gut, nutrient intakes, and how much you're supporting your body internally. This chart shows some of the foundational nutrients that your skin really needs. Okay, and all of these things are found in our Lifelong Vitality supplements. So I'm going to, this next slide is a picture that was taken at our convention a couple of years ago. And this is a story that the lady who was telling about it, she is actually a doctor that runs a skincare clinic. And she came and spoke at the convention a few years ago. And she talked about how important Lifelong Vitality is for skincare. Like one of the number one things she has people use at her clinic. And this is a picture of actually herself. It's a thermal imaging, kind of photo where they could actually see the inflammation, spots of inflammation on her skin. So you can see the before and after. And the only thing that she used, she didn't do any additional topical or anything like that. This before and after was using Lifelong Vitality for 30 days. The amount of inflammation that it took that was affecting her facial skin is so super dramatic. Can you see all those spots of inflammation that they were able to capture? And then in the secondary photo, it was like, it still kind of looks funny because it's a weird kind of photo, but you can see that those spots are completely gone. Or thinned out. Isn't that incredible? With just using Lifelong Vitality and working internally.
That's a huge difference. That's crazy.
I know, right? It's so interesting. So we always want to make sure you know of that. A lot of people use the Lifelong Vitality and you think, oh, I don't know what this is doing for my body. Well, when it comes to we always talk about it as being the foundation of health, right? There are so many foundational markers that this Lifelong Vitality helps normalize, helps stabilize, helps balance, helps bring them to a foundation that all the other remedies you're doing will give you much better results, right? So that is definitely something to put on your radar if you have any skin issue that you're wanting to correct. The next thing is additional internal support. So we talked about Yarrow Palm, the oil. Now, Yarrow Palm, the oil is so much fun because it is, I should have grabbed it. I didn't grab it. Sorry, guys. But it is bright blue. And you might be nervous about using it because you're like, oh my gosh, am I going to turn blue? But it rubs in really well. It's beautiful. Don't worry about it. You're not going to be blue. But there's also Yarrow Palm capsule, okay? And the Yarrow Palm capsule is super. I wanted to look it up because it is not just the Yarrow Palm oil. It has a whole bunch of other ingredients. It's got Yarrow Palm, pomegranate, celery seed, frankincense, palmarosa, turmeric, melissa, grapeseed extract, zinc, vitamin C, and melon extract, all in it. And there's some really amazing benefits for your skin with that list of ingredients. And I'm just going to mention a couple of them. So Yarrow Palm, we had a customer actually that had an experience where it had been probably decades that she had been suffering from cystic acne, so deep cystic acne. And it, like she said, it had been decades and she'd never had anything that had helped get rid of it. She started taking the Yarrow Palm capsules and it completely cleared up and it was gone after literally decades of dealing with it and not having anything that fixed it. Is that amazing? Grapeseed, vitamin C, and the zinc that are in this Yarrow Palm capsule, they are essential for collagen production and can also help with the reverse of the inflammation that causes the damage to the collagen in our skin. So our collagen is what prevents our skin from sagging, from giving us a plump, youthful look, right? That's what we needed collagen for in our skin. In fact, for women, we actually lose up to 30% of the collagen that we've produced in the first 5 years of menopause. So as we get older, it's really important to support your body's production of collagen. And as I was researching this, I thought, you always hear everybody about taking collagen supplements. And the research out there is really interesting because there's not a definitive for sure that if you take collagen supplements, your body actually absorbs it. There's a lot of research that shows that it just is broken down with your stomach acid and your body isn't actually receiving it as collagen. But things that stimulate your body's own production of collagen are like night and day different. And that's what this type of thing does. So that's really a cool benefit. The melanin enhances your skin's glow. It actually makes your skin look healthier, more radiant. It's extremely hydrating. So it helps reduce signs and progression of aging and wrinkles because of that intense hydration. Let's see if there's any other. It's really fun to look. If you guys have this book, this big book, look up the Yarrow Palm capsules and read. There's like a serious list in the ingredients that tells you all the things that each of those ingredients do and what benefits you're going to get, which would take me another 15 minutes to tell you all of them. So just telling you, there are some highlights, but go and look at it. It's super cool to read about. And then gut health is often a culprit in acne or in inflammation in our skin. And Terrazyme is one of the #1 things we recommend to address this type of thing. So if you're struggling with acne, we recommend taking Terrazyme actually on an empty stomach morning and night. It can really help with getting to the root of what is causing the acne on the skin. This will help you break down what you take into your body and will help you eliminate better what you don't need. Okay, so if acne is one of the big things that you're worried about, in addition to a million other reasons why you take Terrazyme, that's a great way to use that for skin, to help with skin. Another is the probiotics. So probiotics can soothe the inflammation in your gut with, and this, our PB Assist, is a double encapsulated probiotic. So those, they have a probiotic and a prebiotic that feeds the probiotic in the PB Assist, right? And it, because it's double encapsulated, it means it gets through the stomach acid and gets down into your intestines where it's truly needed. So double encapsulated means there's a layer that it breaks down in your stomach with the stomach acid, but there's another capsule that it makes it through so that it actually deposits the probiotics where it's needed for your gut flora, right? And then, so that can be a huge help for skin conditions also. And we can't talk about skin conditions unless we talk about water. So I know we're talking about oils and other supplements, but water can be so vital to this process. It's really crucial to help with skin issues. Drinking water with lemon or grapefruit in it every day is one of the first things that I usually recommend to people, because that's the simplest, right? So if someone comes to me and says they're working with skin issues, my number one thing is to say, well, do you have lemon and are you drinking it in your water every day? If it's one of their top health concerns, we want to make sure that it becomes a habit, right? This helps to gently but consistently flush out any toxins, and it doesn't allow any buildup that can contribute to your skin issues, right? In fact, I actually love to make it a habit to, when I first get up in the morning, to just drink room temperature water. So, because the reason I do room temperature water is because you can chug room temperature water, right? If I get 24 ounces of water and I drink that with lemon, that might be a lot for some people, but that's my initial hydration first thing in the morning. And with just 2 or 3 drops of lemon, and I know for sure I have that baseline for the day. I just keep my favorite citrus oils right by my water filling station on my counter. So I have them there. They're accessible. Yeah, lemon tastes amazing, right, Amanda? It's super good. The lemon is, and a lot of people ask, well, why can't I just use lemon juice? Why do I have to do a lemon essential oil? You could use lemon juice, but it's different, actually. It has different properties, and it's acidic. So it can cause issues in your gut as well as cause issues with your teeth. While using the lemon essential oil, you get the detoxing properties, which I'm not actually sure 100% if lemon oil or lemon juice detoxes, but I do know it has some other concerns. But the lemon essential oil, it does the detox without any of the other things to worry about. Yes, you definitely are wondering if you can incorporate it into your tea, like tea with cream. So citrus is a no-no. You like tea with cream. Why would citrus be a no-no? It's not acidic, so it's not gonna curdle your cream, if that's what you're asking about.
Lemon juice and things like that in teas with cream will curdle the cream. It's gross.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the acidic side of it. So no, with the oil you can use it. You can use it with because I use oil in my shakes every day, right? With cream, with milks and things like that. It doesn't have that acidic it doesn't have the acidic properties that, like, you know, how you can make homemade, you know, when you don't have buttermilk for a recipe, you can make with lemon and milk or whatever, lemon juice and milk. That's not the same thing. It comes from a different part of the lemon, and it's not acidic. So you won't have any problem with that. So you can use it. Yeah, in your tea, it would totally work. Yeah, that's awesome. I actually love grapefruit. Grapefruit's another one that helps with skin, but it's also amazing to put actually on your skin. It helps with skin elasticity. My gosh, I feel like I've had so many tongue ties tonight. But you want to use it at night. Don't put it on first thing in the morning, because grapefruit is actually photosensitive, which means it's going to make you more sensitive to the sun, and that will not help with your skin conditions, right? Because that will just make it so you burn. So you definitely don't want to do it in the morning, but at night, it's a fabulous thing to put on your skin in the evening as kind of like a toner, right? And it helps with elasticity. Does someone have something you want to add? Oh, I thought I heard someone. So that's a great one to put on. Most citrus oils are photosensitive. You don't want to be out in the sun if you put it on topically. There's one exception, and that's green mandarin. So if you really love the citrus benefits on your skin, you can use that one during the day on your, like in your face cream or in your face moisturizer, things like that. So just put that one on your radar. Green mandarin is the only one that's not photosensitive. Yep, green mandarin, not photosensitive. Yep. Okay, so I'm going to talk about our 3 healthcare, I'm not healthcare, skincare lines. We have 3 different skincare lines, and they all have kind of different purposes and some different key benefits. This one is our Virage skincare line. And this one is totally plant-based line. This, if you are really into completely clean, plant-based, nothing artificial, nothing synthetic, nothing, just as clean as you can get, this is your line. It is ideal for an aging skin. One thing we want to tell is that we've heard a lot of people say that the toner, they feel the toner is very tightening. So beware if you have dry skin or older skin, just use that moisturizer. That toner can be very tightening. So you may either just be aware of that. You can either take that out of it, or I actually like it. It's not something that I've noticed for myself, but it may be something that you can be cautious about. But this one's really great for aging skin. It's got the Immortelle serum right here. So it's like the Immortelle blend of oils with the Immortelle blend of oils with in a serum that makes it really creamy and moisturizing. It's really good. I love that. This is my favorite product of this set, is that Immortelle serum. Our next one is our HD Clear facial line. So let's see. Melissa, are you on tonight? Let me double check. Oh, no, that's okay. So one of the ladies that works with us, where we all teach, she had an amazing story about her daughter that I wanted to share. I was hoping she's on, but I can share it for her. She had her daughter had extremely bad acne. She had taken her to the doctor, and he took one look at her and said, "We're going to put you on Accutane," right away, like without him even asking. Because her acne was so bad, which was kind of sad. She said it really hurt her daughter's feelings. But she was really opposed to it. She didn't want that to be the only solution. So when she heard about this skincare line, she decided to give it a try before they went to something more drastic. So she started using the HD system, and her skin started healing up. She also uses the probiotics and oils and things like that for gut health. But this, she had such bad acne that there was scarring and pitting on her cheeks. And by using this HD Clear system, the pits have smoothed out and are now almost completely gone. And most of the scars are gone, and or you can barely see them. So when she puts makeup on, her skin looks completely clear. And when she doesn't have makeup on, which she doesn't wear makeup all the time, she said, you can just barely see them because it's healed so much in her young, youthful skin, even though it was so severe. Isn't that crazy? She actually, in our Essential Oil Enthusiasts group, if you click on the guides under that, our Facebook group, you can see testimonials of people, and she has actually written several about skincare issues because she's been dealing with a lot of them in her family, and she's been seeing a lot of results. You can see what she's doing specifically and how it's helping, and like what the protocols are. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And along with any of the other categories, it's a great place to see how other people are using products and the results they're getting. It really helps when you're trying to troubleshoot yourself. Another use is actually, like we said earlier, with in addition to this, a lot of times people will take tea tree and put it directly on blemishes. It takes down the inflammation and helps the bacteria. The HD Clear roller is really strong smelling. So I know a lot of kids will use it at night versus putting it on first thing in the morning and having that strong smell. So you can always do the HD Clear at night and do the tea tree in the morning, which will dissipate a lot quicker. Just an idea. And And then we had another, another thing Melissa had shared with us is she had another daughter, which this is kind of unrelated to this HD Clear, but I wrote it down because I wanted to share it because it was such a good tip. But she had another daughter who had really, oh no, it wasn't a daughter, it was herself. Sorry, it was herself. She deals with eczema, but it's not the dry cracking eczema. It's like the flaring up, almost like hives, big red, itchy, swelling bumps eczema. And she had just recently had, I guess, just not too long ago, had a flare up that when she was on vacation that went, it was, she doesn't know what she got into or what set it off or what triggered it, but it was all over her legs, right? So it was down her shins and her calves and on her feet. And when she got home, she looked up and she made a concoction. If you're someone who has this kind of an issue or ever deals with this, you might want to write this down because it worked so well. She put 4 drops each in a spray bottle of Roman chamomile, helichrysum, lavender, and blue tansy, and then just with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil and water, and shook that up and sprayed it on her flare up. And she said it went away within 4 days. It was completely gone. And she's like, even with the medication she normally uses for that type of thing, it never goes away that quick. And so 4 days might sound like a long time to you, but compared to her experience with all the other treatments she had, she's never had it clear up like that. She was like so amazed. She's like, I'm always never going to go without having that spray with her because it's such a quality of life issue for her, right? So nice to have those safe alternatives. So the last skincare line we have is the Complete Essential Skincare. And this one is, it's not 100% plant-based like the Barrage line, but just like with everything doTERRA offers, it only contains ingredients we know are safe. This one is ideal for any age. My favorite product in this is the anti-aging eye cream. And again, I should have grabbed it. I'm so sorry. I don't feel very prepared, I guess, because I needed visual aids to hold. But if you can see in the picture, that eye cream is so much fun. It's got a little metal ball, and you squeeze it, and it shoots the lotion kind of around the ball, and then you roll it onto the ball, and it is so pampering. The metal ball is cool, so it feels so good as you're putting it around your eyes when you're not using excess pressure or getting dirt from your hands on your eyes or anything. And it just feels so pampering and cooling and soothing. It's just so nice. It's my favorite part of this. I just love it. This line has actually had some research done. There was a clinical trial. It was an 8-week double-blind controlled clinical study done on this line. And here are some of the results. So after 8 weeks, 100% of the subjects showed improvement in skin firmness with an average of improvement of 60% in firmness of their skin. Awesome, right? And after 8 weeks, 97% of the subjects showed improvement in skin elasticity with an average improvement of 152%. Those of us that are getting old, we need elasticity. So I love that must be helping with, it must have things in it that help with collagen production, and that creates that elasticity in our skin. I love that. After 8 weeks of use, the image analysis showed significant improvement in wrinkle depth, wrinkle severity, and total wrinkle count in 85% of subjects. So the image analysis, that's the difference between the image analysis versus just people saying their experience, is that it's actually these 3 that I just read were actual things that they could measure through technology imaging of their skin, kind of like the ones that I showed earlier about the inflammation, right? But then 100% of the subjects reported visible improvement on skin radiance and luminosity, skin firmness, and improvement in the under eye bags and puffiness. I love that eye cream, right? Many saw improvements after only one use. So that was after 8 weeks, but also even after just a few, or just one time, they saw some improvement. And that was what they reported, their own observation. So pretty cool. So there's those 3 to choose from. And we always just like to point out that if you are a loyalty rewards program member, so that is where you have set up a loyalty order to process on a monthly basis. Skincare would be a great thing to incorporate in your monthly order. Here's an example of a loyalty order where you would could start out with your foundations, right? Your Lifelong Vitality, your probiotic, and your food enzyme, Terrazyme, and then whatever skincare you want. If you had this process before the 15th of the month, you'd also receive a free oil product of the month. And you would be getting a percentage back in reward points that you could use towards free products. So I love that there's also special deals as a loyalty member on the regular skincare lines, not the Virage, but the regular skincare line. And as a reward member, you can get up to 30% off, if you've been a reward member for up to a year. Oh, that's true. Yeah. Sorry, I can't. I lose my train of thought when I stop and read the chat. What am I doing? If you've been a rewards member up to a year, and you may be at the 30%, that means you take the total price and you get 30% back that you can use to buy other products. But yes, as I was looking at the chat, another 5 PV on this, and you're likely to hit any promotions that they offer. You typically, when they have 200 PV promotions, doTERRA, this is a great one to, that would be a great month to add, your skincare regimen to, because you're not going to use it up in 1 month. It'll probably take you a couple of months or a few months to work through it. Okay, so we're at the end of our class, and I have a challenge for you. So every week when it comes to our wellness education series classes, right? We give you a challenge, and we're going to post it in the Essential Oil Enthusiasts Wellness community. And how you enter in, how you qualify to be entered into the drawing for a giveaway is you do the challenge and post on comment on the post whatever is asked. So the challenge this week is going to be super simple. Remember, I told you what my number one thing when anyone's dealing with skin issues, right? Is I tell them use water, lemon in your water. So I want you to, the challenge is for you to take your favorite citrus, whether it's lemon or grapefruit or what other citrus that you like in your water to help with that gentle detox. I want you to put your citrus oil by where you fill your water bottle up. So if it's by your faucet, or maybe it's on your counter by your fridge, or maybe it's in the cupboard right there by your fridge, somewhere where it is visible and you can remember to put it in your water. Okay, so your challenge is put your citrus where you fill your water bottles up, or make a water bottle filling station, whatever you want to do. And I want you to take a picture of the oil by your waters, right? By where you fill up your water. Take a picture of that oil, and then when you see the post with the challenge, it'll be the post that has this recording on it, and it'll have the challenge. Comment and put your comment with your picture, include your picture, and we'll enter you into a drawing to receive a free grapefruit oil. So remember I said grapefruit is super good for your skin. Use it at night, but it's also good to take internally. We're going to give away a free grapefruit oil. And how you know if you're the winner is every Monday we have a Ask an Expert at noon on Mondays, okay, on the Facebook group. So next Monday during the Ask an Expert Facebook Live, she'll announce the winner, and then you'll just need to send a message me, Annette Jones, if you're the winner, and I'll reach out to you and ask you, but just look for it, and you'll send me your address, and I'll send you your grapefruit. Okay, so I love to have everybody participate in that and get in on that giveaway. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing. We're almost to an hour, so we're pretty long. Anybody have any questions? Any questions that came up, Cedar? Don't type.
Don't type. No, I think you were able to answer everything. Yeah. There's nothing
Awesome.
I missed. I had a lot of questions when we started, but you answered all of them.
Oh, I'm so glad. Well,
Sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I did have one question. Did you need to use a carrier oil with the Yarrow Palm?
No,
Okay,
nope. Yarrow Palm goes right directly on the skin.
okay.
Yeah, and usually I just, because it has a dropper, because it's really thick, you just take the dropper, put a few drops on your fingertips, and then go like this, and then you can just kind of dab it around and then rub it in like that is what I usually do.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I thought I'd check.
Yeah, of course. And if you've seen, you know how they still have that Mother's Day special. If anybody's interested in looking or trying the Yarrow Palm, that Mother's Day special is a super good deal. And I think they still have it. I don't think it's sold out yet. And it comes with a stone that you can use to, it's called a Isha stone. Is that how I say it right? Hopefully. And it has a video, it tells you how to use it, but it helps with circulation in your skin and helps with the collagen, stimulate collagen production. So that's kind of cool. And it's a great way to spread and get that Yarrow Palm benefits all over your skin. You can use the serum on your arms and your legs, and you can use the Yarrow Palm straight on your face. Super awesome. So anybody might want to take advantage of that before those are gone. Any other questions? Typically, if we have time, we do usually talk about some business stuff, but I was a little long-winded apparently, and we went long. So we're going to go ahead and skip that for this time. And yeah, check it. Make sure you jump in and do the challenge and get in on that drawing so I can send you a free grapefruit, okay? All right, we'll talk to you guys later.
Thank you so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you.